message of solidarity from the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. As you know, they are prisoners in Palestine. I'm sure we all know about the injustice. Hello? Can you hear me now? Yes. Great. I'm sure everybody knows about the injustice, what's happening to the Palestinian people. And as I say, my sister and comrade Liz says solidarity, justice for all prisoners, regardless of colour, creed, age. We want solidarity for all righteous prisoners. So solidarity, thank you. Thank you very much for that message of support. This is the third action in support of the prisoners' hunger strike to be held here in London. There have been two outside the U.S. Embassy, but we thought we'd better not leave the California Tourist Board out. You know, we'd better come down and make a noise outside so that they can send a message to Jerry Brown, the governor of California, to let him know that there's no place he can hide. Because during the beginning of the hunger strike, which started on the 8th of July, when 30,000 prisoners came out on a hunger strike together across all nationalities, which is some fantastic organizing, during that time, Governor Jerry Brown visited, of all places, Dachau, a concentration camp. Shame on him. And we say, you should go home and deal with the situation which is putting a lot of people in similar conditions in California. You know, so wherever he goes in the world, we want people to call him out and name him and shame him, and highlight the conditions that prisoners are living in California.
Sarah, say something about the privatization and G4S.
In the U.S. has seen a mass privatization of the prison system. It's one of the biggest money makers in the whole country, probably after the oil industry. Private security and prison corporations are really coining money off the backs of the poorest people, and the fact that people are being so criminalized. Particularly people of color and immigrant people are targeted for harsh sentences, long sentences, and just outright miscarriages of justice, which sees tens of thousands of people locked up inside. In California alone, these private corporations earn $30,000 to $40,000 a year for locking up a single prisoner for 1 year. But if we're outside, our lives are worth nothing. You know, in the U.S., they've slashed the benefit system. There's nothing left of it. There's increasing poverty. There's homelessness. Jobs are almost nowhere to be found. In this situation, people turn to survival crimes, you know, small thefts and so on to survive, including mothers and young people and children. And what they've done is ratchet up the criminalization so that people can be arrested and put into prison very quickly. And the corporations are there making money off of it, off the backs of our suffering. So that's the background to why so many people are in prison. And what they're doing is locking up people. They label people gang members. If you have a political book, if you have a tattoo, anything they want, they can claim is a gang emblem, and they lock you up in solitary, away from everybody else, complete isolation. It can be indefinite. People have been inside solitary for something like 40 years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Like the Angola 3, they were in solitary for 40 years. One of the brothers has just gotten out because he has cancer, and he's been put into a hospital wing. And this is the first time he's been without shackles. So that's the situation in the U.S. But California is one of the worst offenders. And they sell prisoners. The prisons are so packed that they actually sell prisoners to other states, which is, you know, this is like slavery. because people fought to end slavery. That was supposed to be over and done with, but they reintroduced it through the prison system. And it's affecting everybody, Afro, Latino, indigenous people, and white working class people as well.
Hear me? Yeah. Wow, okay, that can never work out. I'm Nikki and I'm bringing solidarity greetings from this newspaper, Fight Racism, Fight Imperialism. I want to tell you something interesting relating to it. We always have, in every edition of the paper, we have a page called Prisoners Fight Back, and it gets sent to prisoners in Britain and around the world. Quite often we have to battle a tremendous amount of censorship in order to get the newspaper into prisons. And the current edition has been banned in a number of British prisons. Not US prisons, but British prisons. We're trying to find out exactly why at the moment. And they're saying it's because of an article which is inflammatory. Well, we're not quite sure whether it's the one about appalling medical treatment in Whitemore prison, or it's inviting solidarity with prisoners in California. And we sent also to one of the subscribers to the newspaper some printouts from the website, which people have probably seen, the solitary confinement WordPress website, just giving information about the hunger strike. He wasn't allowed to have these bits of paper, and he was given a notice from the governor which says, please clarify exactly what it is you wish this information for. What is it you want to do with it? Actually, what he wanted to do with it was read it. He wanted to find out what his brothers across the water in another prison system were doing and what their resistance method was. There was no particular intention to organise at that stage any form of solidarity protest in Britain. But the authorities here, although, you know, we can look on our TVs here and find no mention of this at all, though it's not happened. But trust me, not only are prisoners in Britain aware that this is going on in the USA, but the prison authorities in this country. And of course, you know, there's a long, long history in Britain of Irish hunger strikers protesting against the way the British government has treated them, and other people standing up for their rights. Women in detention in Yarl's Wood, across the system, using their bodies as a weapon to fight the system. And the British prisons are also terrified that prisoners here will unite in solidarity with those in California. So I think it's really interesting. We're going to keep following up exactly why it is they banned it, because whether it's for solidarity for California or exposing medical treatment, either way it's an outrage. So solidarity to everyone that's here. I love standing outside this place. We were here 2 years ago. It feels like you're picketing a cake shop. But deep in there somewhere are the California authorities selling sunshine and sand and sexy holidays and covering up this appalling, stinking system that spends more on incarceration than it does in education. And so it's a duty for all of us to keep on exposing it. So power to all the people who've organised this demo, and power to the prisoners.
Thank you. Chanting.